Isn't it fascinating how we obsess over the contrast between boomers and Gen Z? We analyze their habits as if they are distinct alien civilizations, yet tucked away in the shadows is a demographic that rarely makes headlines. They are the quiet middle child of history Generation X. Born between 1965 and 1980, they are the office veterans getting the job done. Parents who value space and architects of the digital age avoiding the spotlight. Here at Quiet Pressure Sketchbook, we believe their internal world is overlooked. They were the pioneers of the Latchkey lifestyle. Imagine it's the late 70s, you're a third grader walking into a silent house. There are no tracking apps, no smart doorbells, no texting mom you're home. You simply turn the key, find a snack, and handle your own business. Data suggests nearly 7 million children navigated their afternoons entirely solo. This wasn't just a childcare trend, it was a masterclass in self-sufficiency. That solitude taught them a hard truth: when things go sideways, are your own first responder. This upbringing didn't just build character, it hardwired their brains regarding consequences. Growing up, the feedback loop was brutal and immediate. No long discussions about feelings when you broke a window, just the penalty. This created a high contingency mindset. While younger people might see Gen X as overly cautious, they are running a mental simulation of every disaster 3 moves ahead. It's a survival mechanism born from a world without safety nets. They also had a front row seat to the collapse of the traditional dream. They watched parents preach the nuclear family while divorce rates skyrocketed, saw loyal employees tossed aside by corporations. When the bottom line dipped, the promise was always play by the rules and you'll be fine. But as Gen X reached adulthood, the goalposts were taken off the field. This is why viewers often recognize that signature Gen X defensive pessimism. Isn't cynicism, it's a refusal to be blindsided by an unpredictable world. This also explains their complicated relationship with the internet. A Gen sure the idea of being viral isn't a goal, it's a threat. They remember when a mistake stayed in the neighborhood, not archived forever. Claimed documentaries, they don't struggle with technology, they struggle with the lack of boundaries. They learned early on that the more you share, the more leverage you give. For them, privacy is synonymous with safety. Even their sense of humor is a fortress. They mastered irony and sarcasm to keep the world at a distance. This generation practiced duck and cover drills while being told desks stop blasts. When authority says the sky is falling but acts like it's a drizzle, you learn to laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's a way of holding onto sanity when the narrative doesn't match reality. Professional world, this translates into a unique no-nonsense grind. They don't need a LinkedIn post to validate their overtime. This work ethic was forged in the fires of manual labor, tossing newspapers in the cold, or counting change when the register froze. These weren't career moves, they were lessons in accountability. They don't believe in the company, but they believe in their own ability. No, they can't control the economy, but they can control competence. There is a beautiful contradiction in their psychology. Are fiercely independent, but will quietly step up for anyone in need. They won't ask for help. That feels like failure. But they will show up without making a scene or looking for thanks. This loyalty was built where they had to look out for each other. Their respect is earned through sweat, not titles. They've seen too many experts fail, from political scandals to financial collapses. If you want their trust, show them you know what you're doing. If you're all talk and no substance, they'll see right through you. This skepticism comes from being economically bruised by every major bubble burst, have side hustles because they're trendy, they know nothing is permanent. Psychologically, this level of self-reliance can lean toward anxiety. Research shows Gen X is the least likely to seek emotional support. It's not that they don't have friends, needing someone feels like a chink. They are the ones who fixed their own bikes and adjusted the TV antenna. They believed with patience and the right tool, any problem could be solved. Now they are raising a generation in a world of constant surveillance. They give children presence, yet worry removing struggle removes strength. Their eyes being seen as being vulnerable, they fear their children are too visible to be truly safe. Ultimately, Generation X represents the final link to a world that knew boredom. They are the bridge between the analog past and the digital future. Like all bridges, they are often ignored while everyone focuses on destinations, but they are there holding the weight, doing the work, perfectly content to stay out of the spotlight. If you value these deep dives, consider subscribing to Quiet Pressure Sketchbook. Help us continue. Click the join button to become a member. Would you like me to analyze the Millennial micro generation next?